Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Thanks for coming here today for the People's Church of Divine Prophecy. We have a nice program today. I hope you're all going to be happy that you're here and sharing your love and hope with us today. I'd like you to please silence your cell phones unless you're medical or law enforcement personnel. The restrooms are down the hall, quick right, quick left. Use them at any time. There's drinks and cold drinks in the refrigerator, hot drinks and donuts on the back, so help yourself anytime during the service. I'd like to have going like the candles symbolizing unity of body, mind, and spirit. Please stand for the invocation and then stand for the first hymn. Dear Father God, we give thanks for this moment here today. May we all feel your presence through us, in us, and around us. May we feel the infinite love and hope given to us constantly. And we be able to express that understanding to those around us. And we give thanks for this day of celebration for all fathers everywhere. Amen. Amen. For those of you the first time here, hearing the harmonium, Kathy stepped up and decided to share her gifts with us. She plays this during her meditation classes in her house. Our other musician moved on, and she stepped up and was doing this out of love and hope. Practices quite a bit, so if you get a chance, give her a pat on the back and let her know she's doing well with it, because I certainly appreciate it. I can remember early on when we first started the church service, and Ronnie couldn't come. We had recorded music, and I was leading the singing, and that was a disaster. I think that Rosa's dog probably sang better than I did. The next portion of the service is a reading by the pastor, and that's where I bring forth something that I've thought about in the past week, encountered, and trying to put it into a spiritual perspective. And something that came to me was, we have a lot of... That's okay. Has more to say than I do. That's all right. Yes, must be next to Mom. Something that came to me was that with all of the challenges that we have as we move forward with our spiritual disciplines, these are in addition to our daily requirements, our daily responsibilities. And sometimes, we don't have to work the spiritual disciplines or the challenges. We choose to when we grab a hold of them. And sometimes we get a little resentful about those being added on top of the busy life that we have. But what God likes is a joyous servant. Just like you would like somebody working for you to be happy and not be about what you ask them to do, so does God in the spirit realm like to have a joyous servant about what they do, when they do it, and how they do it. So anytime you feel a little, I really have to do this type of stuff, just remember that God really wants to have somebody that moves forward, greets your challenges with happiness and hope, and proceeds it along with that, and spreading joy. If your spiritual discipline isn't providing happiness in your life, then there's something off about that. Spiritual challenges and spiritual hopes should bring joy and happiness and peace in your life. And that's what you need to look at. It's enhancing your life. It's increasing the joy within your life. And it's helping you to find God's joy that's in your life all the time. That's what spiritual disciplines do. Most of the time we're having to overcome a personal responsibility or a personal habit in order to see that, and that's where the frustration comes in. Because the instincts and the ego does not like to have things changed on very quickly. They don't like to have new things put in there, so it tends to resist those things. So anytime you feel that, you need to just step back and be happy for the opportunities that are being presented to you. Because I've said it a number of times, what's the worst thing that can happen in your life? Absolutely nothing. No challenges, no responsibilities, absolutely nothing. How would you like to have that going on in your life? It might be nice for a few minutes or maybe a day or two, but most of us would go stir crazy if that happened to us. So greet the challenges in your life with joy. Greet them as opportunities. Joel Osteen talks about generational blessings. And that means all the sacrifices of all the people that have come before you to allow you to stand where you're at and do what you do. Known or unknown to you, there have been people that have made choices, that have made sacrifices, and given up some things so that in some fashion you could be where you're at doing what you're doing, known or unknown to you. So you should honor opportunities when they come to you. Feel the sacrifices that others have made. Feel the blessing of God that puts that opportunity in your life, regardless of how challenging it is, regardless of how difficult it may seem on the surface. There's been a lot of energy that went into putting that in before you. So look at it as an opportunity and a hope rather than as a challenge. And always remember, it's okay to be human. I remember my son was saying something, because he's going through a lot of challenges in his life now, trying to get straight from drugs, and he's doing a pretty good job with it, trying to get his child back from DCF, and that's why he's getting straight. He's been straight for about 6 or 7 months now. And, they're testing him and everything. The courts are to make sure that he's staying straight. So he's going through all this, and he keeps talking about the stupid things that he did. And I told him, I said, you can't get stuck by what you did, a stupid decision you made either yesterday or 5 years ago. You have to allow yourself to have the opportunities of newness in your life today. You have to allow yourself the right to move on, the opportunity to move on. Don't let others bind you by decisions you've made in the past, and don't bind yourself by difficult or incorrect decisions you've made in the past. Step away from them and allow yourself the right and the joy and hope to move beyond what you were yesterday. It doesn't matter if you have a good day or a bad day. You have the right today, a God-given right to move beyond what you are yesterday and today. And the last thing I told him, I said, sometimes if you don't add to your problems today, it was a success. Thank you for listening. The next portion of the service is the healing portion. I don't know if you're going to want to do contact healing or just a lecture and a demonstration. Forgot to ask you. Okay. I'd like to ask Judy and Reverend Rosa to step behind the chairs today. The way this works is that we will have a guided meditation by Ashkhen. And during that, you can stand up and go to any one of the 3 chairs where they'll move between the chairs if they need to. And you'll hear this during the meditation. That'll mean that there's an empty healing chair that you can go to, and you can still enjoy the meditation that's being presented.
Find a comfortable position to sit where there is no tension or stress on your physical body. Feet straight on the ground, palms up in your laps. Close your eyes. And take in a few deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Let go of whatever is occupying your mind. Any thoughts, any worries you may have, just let it go for now. Bring your focus and your awareness to your breath. Engage in the mechanism of your breath. Feel your breath taking you deeper and deeper within. To a very quiet and peaceful presence that is within. Connect with this peaceful presence while you breathe. Repeat to yourself quietly, I am at peace within and without. With each inhale, I am at peace within. With exhale, I am at peace without. Sensations flowing throughout your body with each breath. In your body, relax. Feel your peaceful body breathing. In the presence of God, mighty I am presence, I now call forth the divine healing energy to be here at this time and to provide each one of us with the healings that we need for our mind, body, and spirit. As we call upon the law of forgiveness, we forgive all those who have hurt us. We forgive those who have caused us pain and suffering. We forgive and we detach with love. We let go emotions of fear, anger, resentment. We let go of whatever is holding us back from advancing spiritually. We let go of situations, circumstances, friendships, relationships that are holding us back from achieving our highest potentials. We let them go to the light of God. that never fades. We ask God, the omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient, to be in charge of our lives, our existence, our soul and spirit, while we are here in this physical plane, on earth and beyond. In the name of universal Christ consciousness, we ask for protection. We accept it as it's done. While you breathe, feel your consciousness shifting higher. Higher above your head. As you look up, way up, become aware of a golden light that is above your head. Connect to this presence. This is the highest state of your consciousness. There are no thoughts in this state of consciousness. It is a pure state of being. Indulge in this golden presence and become one. Breathe in and out in this heightened state of awareness. Feel the connection from your highest self extending further out to the universe, to the higher dimensions of light, to the cosmic realms and beyond, to the divine source of oneness. See this brilliant source of golden light. Feel the energies from this source coming down to your higher self. Down to your crown, to your head. See this energy healing and clearing your mental body. Release and let go of all the thoughts that are limiting your highest potentials. Any thoughts of resentment, let it go. Feel this energy cleansing and balancing your mental body. See the energy circulating around your two hemispheres. Healing the neurons. Focus a minute on your right hemisphere and see this divine energy activating your intuition, activating the divine knowledge and wisdom within your soul. Healing your cellular memories. Opening the connection between your right and left hemispheres. And feel the data from your right hemisphere transmuting to your logical mind and balancing it. Feel the energy moving down your neck, clearing your throat, enabling you to speak divine truth. Breathe in and breathe out. See this energy spreading out to your shoulders, to your arms, your hands. Feel the energy moving back up and filling your chest, your back. Just follow the energy that is moving gently within you. As it moves, it clears the blockages, heals the areas that needs healing. See the energy touching the cells, the tissues in your body. Activating the electrons, the protons, gently around the molecules. See every single atom in your body vibrating with this divine healing energy. See the energy wrapping around your DNA. Balancing, crystallizing to its perfect state, condition. Just follow the energies moving down to your lower body, to your knees, down to your feet. See it going out through the bottom of your feet, extending deep into the ground, anchoring into the ground. See this golden energy expanding further out, outside your body, and creating a beautiful circle of golden light. See your body inside this beautiful circle of light, breathing peacefully, harmoniously. See your body's emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual. You're totally aligned with your higher self, your golden presence. Ask your higher self to be in charge. Ask your higher self to guide you always. With the mind of God. Become one with this presence. As you start coming down to your physical body, bring the potentials of your higher self to your physical reality. And share with those, with your surroundings, with your actions, with interactions with others. Hold your highest intentions for the highest good of all. Start coming down slowly. I'm aware of your physical senses. I'm aware of your feet, your hands. When you're ready, you can open your eyes.
The next portion of the service is the inspirational lecture. And today we have Dr. Reverend Rosa Machado returning. She hasn't been here for a little while. And she's wanting to speak here for every month for the next couple of months, and I'm more than happy to give her that opportunity. She's been doing quite a bit of traveling and promoting world peace and healing and prayer everywhere she goes. Has a lot of international opportunities opening up, been to the UN and been doing a lot of international traveling. And I'm really happy to have her here today to share some of that hope, light, and a worldview of what we do here every week. Please welcome Reverend Rosa Machado.
I'll introduce McCall. This is McCall. Welcome. It's great to be back. It's nice to see smiling faces. Now you all crack a smile, so. It's like I didn't have it before. I'm doing it now. I'm so glad you're here. And I've just recently returned from the United Nations. And it was interesting because Chief Arvo Looking Horse did a presentation, and he spoke to the UN. But what I want to share with you is before he came to the United Nations. Now, Chief Arvo Looking Horse is the keeper of the white buffalo calf pipe. And that pipe has been in its housing in sacred space for quite some time. And before he came to the UN was the first time he had unraveled it for many, many years. And he did ceremony with that pipe before coming, in preparation for what he was going to share. And the reason I share that today is because his prophecy of what he presented at the United Nations was as follows: that we must pray for our earth. We must pray for her restoration. We must all go to our sacred places and sacred spaces. And in those sacred places that we have created, whether they be in your home in a closet, it really does not matter. If it's in the wilderness, in some forest that you enjoy to walk upon, whether it be right here in this building, this structure, he is asking us to all gather on June 21st and pray for the world. The reason he asked us to pray for the world, he says that if prophecy continues as follows, and we do not dedicate ourselves to saving our Earth Mother, there will be no room for two-legged creatures upon this planet ever again. He was warning us. He was giving a sign that the devastation in this world that we have caused is our lack of synergy with the planet that resides beneath our very feet. And in sharing that, he was trying to create for us an opportunity to see how intertwined we are with the earth around us, that it's not separate from us, but a part of who we are. And we hear that many times in different topics of discussion. We are made of the same mineral composition as the earth below our feet. We are not far from it. And if you think about it, when you're born into this world, you're 78% water. Look at the sphere of this earth. That's a majority of water, isn't it? How far are we from that same water? And look at the mass that is the mountain ranges and the prairies that are associated with it, not far from what we call our organ systems and the skin that covers our bodies to create what you see before you. And we don't see the difference between us and earth. All we see is something to use and abuse. And how would you feel about being used and abused? How do you feel when it happens to you, really? Because it happens daily in our lives. Someone may say an unkind word, give an unkind gesture, and we linger on that thought all day. And then someone says something positive, and it gains less than 1% of your attention. For the moment, it's held on to, but all it takes is one negative event to change that. And then we have to look at the earth as we drill holes into her, redirect waterways, making it easily accessible for each of us to have what we need, instead of having us actually do the work to go get it, to take the hike, to go the distance. How would we feel if we were carved? If someone cut you? Does the cut not hurt? Do you not bleed? These are the things that we have been seeing in the world. You talk about the topics. They call them fracking. Fracking includes every highway we add to this world. Every new roadway that takes the terrain of our earth and shifts it into something that makes it easily accessible for us. And we disconnect ourselves from this beautiful planet. We have more people dealing with technology and less time spent with our mother, the one that takes care of us every day. If you haven't noticed, every grain of food that you eat is provided by the soil you currently walk on. Every form of meat byproduct that sustains your sustenance if you be a meat eater eats that same grain. And Mother Earth is what provides for us and nurtures us. My topic today is about thinking, our thoughts and how they influence our lives, and how we have to get connected, how we have to do what Chief Arvo Looking Horse said. We must go back to the old ways and remember where we came from, when we were one with the earth below our feet, when we could hear her speaking to us, when we knew when the rain would come, and we knew when the drought and how long it would last, when we were part of everything and not separate from, when we no longer housed ourselves in a structure that prevented us from feeling the breeze of the wind upon our face. We spend so much time inside and so little time in the world. You would say you probably spend enough time in your world, surrounded by other individuals, other people. But you are the light. Every one of you, divine sparks, brought here with purpose. You're not here by accident. You have a purpose for being. You have a mission. You have a role. And that role is by creation. What is it that you put out into the world? So I'm going to ask you, does world thought come from within or without us? Do we contribute to that thought? Is the thought you create in you, or is it out here? Or is it that which I create, I manifest out here into the world around me? That it becomes my world? That I become a part of that which I create? And what are you creating? Are you aware of your thoughts? Are you catching your thought before it leaves your mind? Are you saying, is this a positive thing and does it have a ripple effect? How many of you notice time is speeding up? Here we are, June 2014. It's getting faster and faster, isn't it? Sign of the times, perhaps. Notice I said times. And then we look at what's happening throughout the world, revolutions all over the world. People proclaiming democracy. And then we have climate changes, earth changes. We have earthquakes, tsunamis, tornadoes, volcanoes eruptions. We have forest fires. As Chief Arvo Looking Horse put it, Mother Earth has a fever. She's sick, and we must help her. We must cool her fever with our prayer. For we are the water, the tears of the earth. We as humanity. And we can change this earth in an instant. Your thoughts have great power. They not only manifest the world around you, but they have the capacity of changing this planet into the most beautiful and miraculous place that you have ever seen, into its original Eden, into the glory that it once was, and to remove us from this illusion of that which we've created. We have an opportunity to change the world in one day. If everyone on this planet prays that one day for this earth. I'm not telling you to pray all day. I'm asking you to take 15, 30 minutes, an hour out of your day and dedicate it to the mother that sustains you, the earth beneath your feet. recognize that quality, that reverence. Pay respect to her, just like you would to your mother, who nurtures you, who sustained you when you were a child and you were unable to go and get things for yourself. And think about everything that she's providing. This world is in a population increase beyond your imagination. We're at 7 billion plus people on this planet. If the ratio of increase continues at this velocity, we have less than 10 years where we hit a cataclysmic event where we will no longer be able to sustain our population with food or water. That's a frightening thought, isn't it? And yet that can change in a prayer. It can change in an instant. And what's happening is we're being asked to recognize what we've been given. The grace, the gratitude of our earth. Notice her beauty. I love it. I was in Brazil at one time, and I was walking down the street with one of my friends who's Brazilian, who lives in Abadiânia with John of God. Lives right there. And I'm walking with her down the road. She's riding a bicycle. And I stop and I see this beautiful, gorgeous bougainvillea. And I say, wow, what a beautiful plant. She goes, who planted that there? When did that get here? It had been there for years. It was huge. But she never noticed it. Here she is living in a community and she'd never stopped to notice the beauty that surrounds her. How many of us do that? I posted today on Facebook a happy Father's Day for my father. And I put a picture of us when we were children, my brothers and I. I have 4 brothers, my mother and my father. And one of my friends wrote back, Rosie, I remember the roses now because of this picture. Because I said, do you remember the roses my mother used to grow? And she goes, no, your mom grown roses? And then when she saw the picture, she was like, oh yeah, my mother had a rose garden. She loved to say, stop and smell the roses. I would tell you to do the same. But the roses appear in a different form than nature sometimes. Sometimes they're the people before you. The lessons that you're learning from someone you love. The one that's taking you that next step to knowing who you really are and what your greater potential is. The one that says to you that you are greater than you could ever imagine. Don't lose faith. There is hope for this world. Even Chief Arvel Lookinghorse in his presentation said to the UN, all we need do is gather but this one day with full intention across the world and pray for our earth. Pray for her restoration. And as we restore our planet, we restore ourselves. I've been doing healing work for a long time. I've traveled with John of God across the world. And there are many things that I've learned from many, many different cultures. And you know what the greatest one is? We all love the same. We all love the same. There's nothing that differentiates our love. It is constant. It is continuous. People open their homes to you out of love. They open their hearts to you out of love. They share themselves with you with no expectation, simply for being who you are. You don't have to do anything special. Love has no boundary. You have to fit into this box if you're going to love me. Well, you've just categorized it, haven't you? Love has no control. It asks for no ownership. Doesn't mean that when you're with someone that they are yours forever. It doesn't mean they can't be shared. This is part of our thinking about this earth. We must share this earth. There's more than 7 billion people living on it, and we all have a part of that. We are one human creation, and our thoughts connect. We have the capacity to create a change. Scripture says it'll happen in the twinkling of an eye. Have you ever seen someone's eye twinkle? When they look at you and you say, man, what was that? What did I see? That spark, that divine spark in that person that somehow in you ignited an amazing light that gave you hope for something greater than yourself. I'm not here about doom and gloom. I'm here about saying we have the potential to create a shift, a change that will take us beyond our current reality. Spirit is trying to tell us that we are no longer three-dimensional beings. They're actually trying to catapult us to the 7th, 8th, and 9th dimensions from this location, which is an element that many people cannot perceive because they go, what's a dimension? What's the illusion? What's consciousness? What are you talking about? Everyone's filled with questions. The illusion is what you're thinking when you put out a negative into the world. The reality is the positive that you present to everyone before you. The light that they reflect, the mirror that you see. Every person that you see is a mirror of what you are. See only love. Because if you see anything less, then that's what you think of yourself. How much less are you? You're not. We are all equals. There is no greater teacher than any other. We are all masters. If there is someone that tells you that they are brighter, greater, smarter than you, run for the hills, because they're telling you a bunch of crap. We are all equal. The rain falls on us all the same. The sun shines on us all the same. It doesn't matter what race, color, or creed you are. We are all equals. Our heart beats the same, the blood runs through our veins the same. And when we smile, we light up the world. We create an opportunity for a new light to begin. Think of a smile. Feel how it brings joy to your heart, just to do it. And imagine someone who hasn't had one for a long time, who could really use one. Perhaps it's that homeless person. Perhaps it's that person in hospice that was hoping a family member might show up, and you happen to be the neighbor that did. Just to offer a simple hello. Perhaps it's the friends that say that they will be to you all that they can until the very end. And somewhere in there, they change their minds. But it does not stop your love, does it? For a friend is a friend for life, is a friend in love. Everyone's entitled to their perspective. We are all living in perspective, aren't we? This is what I love about the native Indians of our Americas. When they were asked and ridiculed for their belief systems, they said, come, walk with us. Walk in our moccasins. See our union with the earth below our feet. See what great gratitude we have for the heavens above us and the stars that cover us like a blanket at night. Notice the grace in the fields and all the creatures that live in union with us, not separate. See the abundance of clean water. And then decide. Do not decide without knowing. For if you have not walked a mile in my moccasins, you have no idea how I live, how I believe, and what I have to offer this world. That same holds true for you. You approach life in your own perspectives. Your thoughts are the key force that drive your everyday. Begin to think more positively and see what happens. Start to focus your intention on the change. Stay focused. We are in a society that we are so dynamically challenged that there is so much attention focused on multiple things at one time that we lack the focus on one thing. We become distracted. I know what that's like. I've lived it myself. And I'm changing. And that is happening through friends. People that love me. And there are same people out there that love you. Take the time each day to be grateful. Before your feet hit the floor, give gratitude. Hit the snooze button on your alarm. It lasts about 5 or 10 minutes. Set your meditation at that point in time. I'm grateful for this day. I woke up. Thank you. Hey, you could have not woken up, right? I'm grateful for hearing the patter of wind on my window from the branch of the tree that seems to rustle against it. Or perhaps the bird that's chirping and pecking or making its beautiful sound. Become aware of nature around you. Don't let it just pass you by. We are very much a part of the earth around us. We all hold a tone. And the earth shares great wisdom with us every day. Scripture says to us, many must turn to the knowledge of the environment, nature. It will give us the signs. It will tell us. Do you think it's telling us something? Is it giving us the signs? Are you listening? Since 1980, NASA has been recording the thermal changes on the heat index of this planet. We have gone up approximately 1.5 Celsius per year. That's a lot. Time seems to be speeding up for us. Population is still increasing. There are many, many evolved beings coming into our Earth's hemisphere to be a part of this amazing and wondrous event. For those that are spiritually connected and aware. Some of them have had life experiences on this planet, and some have never experienced Earth before. And they are here for the ride because they know it's going to be amazing. So how much more amazing will it be for you who have been here for a time and witnessed what the earth has gone through and how quickly it can change? Our thoughts are powerful. They create our everyday. They change our way. They open us to the infinite possibilities, the opportunities to shed a greater light in the world. We are temples. We are the church that many speak of. This is a temple that you reside in. It's like you're getting into your car, you jump into it every morning. Be aware of this sacred space. Take care of it. Treat it well. Treat it kindly. It's the only one you get. You can, yes, get replacement parts. But we are not like a vehicle, are we? You can't get a new CV joint, though we go get hip replacement surgeries or knees. It's not quite the same as a car, is it? When the car gets old and tattered, you can give it up. Sell it, trade it in, get a new one. You can't do that with this one, can you? But what you can do is change your thinking. And I tell you that if you start to change the way you think, you can create and rejuvenate your body instantaneously. You can be the ideal weight. You can have the ideal health. You can be youthful and exuberant from this point on. You could literally reverse age. People will look at me and go, how is that possible? It's the same thought. You have within you the divine spark. That divine spark has all wisdom. There was a master teacher that came to this earth to teach us that lesson. And I want you all to remember that when Jesus Christ was here, when he showed his lessons, he said, these things I do, you will do these things, and greater than I. And everyone thinks he was the ultimate. Why would he say greater? Why? Because he knew, I'm showing you the way. I'm the teacher. Follow this kind of path and you're going to learn a great deal about who you are. About how much power you possess. About how you choose to drive the vehicle you now possess. This human body, this human form. And how you can change your outside world, your inside world. We see it being taught in different books. Louise Hay, How to Heal Yourself. Feelings Don't Die, Buried Alive by Carol Truman. And many, many other books. They show us a small spark of truth. It is our role to amplify that. But the only way we can do that is if we begin to practice those precepts, isn't it? That means I have to catch my thoughts before they leave me. I have to be mindful. I have to be aware of whatever negativity that I project, that, boy, it's going to come back and slap me in the face sooner or later. It's not very particular. Sometimes it likes to take its time. But what it does offer us is the more we magnify the essence of all that is love, the greater the reward. I will also tell you that many who are in that element will come against challenges. People that are close to them will fall away. People that they love will begin to not love them. They will wonder what they did. They will wonder who they are. They may find themselves and realize that they are simply moving into a different vibration of understanding. And there are those that will stay with you and those that will go. Those that will lift you and those that will fall behind. It is our choice on how we choose to proceed. So start to create your future. How do you want it to be? How do you want the earth to look? Do you know that the Hopi Nation every day prays for the world that they wish to see? The beauty of Eden once again on this earth. Every river and stream crystal clear. The mountain ranges fully blooming with vegetation of its origin. Not something carted in from Ethiopia or Bangladesh that's living here now, or Australia. But each region holding its own environmentally sound aspect. And I want to tell you that you are born in a place for a reason. You brought a vibration to that location, and you carry the essence of that vibration wherever you go on this earth. You are the divine spark. Creator God resides within you, not separate from you. That divine spark is a part of who you are. It is the light of your being. And the more you radiate that light and that essence and that truth, the greater is your reward. And I'm not talking about monetary rewards on this earth. It is beyond that thinking. It is your ability to move through this existence, to take this physical vehicle, and this is going to be far-fetched, to materialize and dematerialize yourself, to be the essence of all that is truth, to walk through the veil, as we say, to become part of everything. Because do you see the air? But sometimes you feel it, don't you? When the wind's blowing and it lets you know it's present. When you stand on a mountaintop and lean into it and it seems to hold you up. Is it a part of you? Absolutely. You are no different than the environment you dwell in. And for every part of our truth that we start to magnify, the love for our planet, it starts to come back to us. Earth knows if you love it. Walk through the wilderness sometime. Listen to how the animals and the creatures start to talk to you. Listen to the trees. Walk by your plants in your home. Hey, how are you doing today? See what happens. They respond. They'll literally shiver. Wow, she talked to me today. How amazing was that? She hadn't talked to me in a week. How many people do you know like that? We have a dynamic, an opportunity to change the world. Next Saturday is World Peace and Prayer Day. I will go to Wappinger Falls, New York, and be amongst the native and indigenous leaders of the world. We have Maori coming from New Zealand. We have Aboriginal people coming from Australia. We have some of the leaders, Chief Arvo Looking Horse of the Lakota Dakota Nation will be present. There will be many sacred leaders in one sacred space, creating an energy to heal our planet. Find your place. Be thankful. Thank the earth for everything it provides for you, for the air you breathe, for the food you eat that sustains your very existence, and be grateful for the water, because you are made up of mostly water, 78%. And this earth is made up of water, but of that 78% or 90% of our planet that is covered with water, a majority is undrinkable. Be grateful. Tell her how grateful. Tell the sky how grateful for the heavens and the stars and for the rain. And then be grateful for each other. Recognize your neighbor, the person standing in front of you, and see the light of God in them. And be that radiance. Be the expression of Creator on this earth. We are being asked to bring our higher essence from the heavens into earth. To create an elimination of separation.